mindful of what your fertility bank is, because it's going to cost you a lot of money to bring that back up versus if we can just kind of sustain it throughout the hay crop. So I'm going to end with this slide here, and this is just talking about timing and fertility and responses to fertility in hay. So we have 5 different treatments in this plot, and we're going to start out with the first treatment, which is just muriate of potash. Muriate of potash applied after first and third cut. So we're using 120 pounds of actual K2O, which for potash is 200 pounds of product. So 200 pounds of potash applied after first cut and after third cut. That's 56 dry matter tons per acre. That is our kind of check. That's our standard that we're going to compare against. So in this next treatment here, same amount of potassium, so 200 pounds of muriate of potash applied after first and third cut, but then we add 1 pound of actual granular boron into the blend. And what we see, we get a 0.3 dry matter ton per acre increase for adding boron. So what does that tell you? Boron is very important to alfalfa nutrition, and once again, we talked about earlier, it just kind of aids in getting potassium into the plant more efficiently. The third treatment here, this is Aspire. So we just essentially took out that 1 pound of boron as granular boron, took out the muriate of potash, and replaced it with Aspire. So the same rate, 200 pounds of product per acre after first cut and after third cut. And what we're doing is we're giving that even distribution of boron, we're giving 2 forms of boron, and essentially the same amount of muriate of potash, or potassium, K2O. So just with that better distribution of product in those 2 forms, more availability of boron, and having boron with each granule, so you're helping that each granule get potassium into the plant, we see a 0.8 dry matter ton per acre increase by just switching that out. So really, if you look at that, Aspire is about half a ton better than boron added in a blend, and 0.8 ton dry matter above that muriate of potash. So there's a lot of value there, especially when we're looking at quality as well, a lot of value in that. The next 2 are just looking at timing. So maybe you don't have time to apply after first and third cut. Maybe it ends up being, for this example, you're applying at third cut and then the next spring. So really look, not a lot of difference, 0.7 ton per acre increase over the check here of just muriate of potash. So statistically, not much difference from applying after first and third cut. The final one is if also you didn't have time, you don't have time in the spring, you didn't have time during the season, you decide to put all 400 pounds of product on in the fall, which I would not recommend. That's not a good 4R strategy. But say you did that, there's still a 0.6 dry matter ton per acre increase over muriate of potash alone. So really, drive home message is that think about your fertility program differently. And we have these new products where we have blended a whole bunch of nutrients together, where we're getting balanced crop nutrition, good distribution, and it's really seeing a good payback. In hay, we don't have a slide on it, but if you really want to see a good payback as well, I strongly recommend adding K-Mag into that blend as well, because then you're getting a little bit of sulfur and magnesium and a top up of K in that, and it's as well 1 granule. It literally comes out of the ground in that 21% potassium, 10.5% magnesium, and 21% sulfur. And it's literally nature's trifecta. It comes out of the ground that way, and it just, that with Aspire, you get a good blend of balanced crop nutrition for your alfalfa crop and also for your other crops as well. So we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time and your business. I hope you all have a great fall, and hopefully see you soon in person.